Homecoming this weekend at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Troy hosting Arkansas State. It's kind of a different team than we saw last year with Arkansas State. They have a high-powered offense out of nowhere. After scoring 3 points the first two games here, they've scored over 30 the last three. A lot of that with their freshman quarterback came in through 6 touchdown passes. But before we get into the game itself, it's going to be a beautiful weekend in Troy. Obviously, you want a lot of alumni to come back to this game. Just as an athletic director, why is homecoming so special every year on a college campus?
It's the best. It's not just the best day. It's really the best week if you think about it. And so homecoming, especially at Troy, it's so impactful. It's each and every day we have something different for our students, for our fans, for our alumni. An example on Thursday, it's Trojan Madness. We're going to have a huge pep rally with our football team, with our men's and women's basketball team, with Sound of the South, with SGA, with Greek Life. It's just a really, it's a, you can feel the vibe, you can feel the energy, and it really goes through Friday. We downtown, the city of Troy's done an amazing job downtown. We have the Park Band, which is a great local band as well, and so it's fun. It's come home for homecoming. It's the best day of the fall. It's the best week of the fall. It's verse 2, 3-2 teams. As you said, Arkansas State is surging right now, and obviously our Trojans defeated a really good team, Georgia State, who was 4-0 on the road. To be able to have almost 2-3 thousand fans, we overtook their stadium at Georgia State, had the full Sound of the South, had cheer there, won 28-7 in dominating fashion. It's really good to be able to come home right after such a big win and be able to celebrate, hopefully with our fans. The first three games this year, we've had amazing attendance, amazing turnout, amazing ticket sales, and so we're expecting for that to continue to continue.
And it's going to be a big one. I think every Troy fan needs to be at the stadium this Saturday because you start looking at the Sun Belt West, and you're looking at teams like Southern Miss, South Alabama, Troy, and Arkansas State, who might be right there in the thick of it come the end of November. So just what does this game mean, obviously, for the students there and the alumni that are coming back, but then also for the football team moving forward?
Well, first off, every game matters, right? And so you only get 12 of these that are guaranteed. So every game matters. And then this game's double importance because then it's a Sun Belt Conference game. It's a home game, but then it's also a Sun Belt Conference West game, right? And so there's four criteria that really go into this as part of it. And then you add on top of this homecoming. And so with it being a Sun Belt Conference West divisional matchup, you really want to be able to get out on the front foot, or on a good front foot, I should say, with that. We played obviously JMU, very, very tough, lost 16-14 against them, but then bounced back against Georgia State. So we're 1-1 in conference, and we've been here before, right? This is how we were last year. We were 1-2, and then we rolled off, 11 straight victories. And so that's what we're hoping to be able to do as well. And so you never know, but I will tell you this, the Sun Belt Conference is the most competitive conference in the group of five. You look at Texas State surging. They were one of the worst teams in the Sun Belt Conference last year. Now they have won 4 games. You look at Georgia State finishing low in their rankings last year. They're 4-1 now. You see Arkansas State already flipping the script, 3-2. South Alabama, Louisiana. These are all really good teams that we have in front of us. So everything you want to have is what we have in front of us right now. So we have 3 home games left, beginning this Saturday, homecoming 3 p.m., tons of festivities versus Arkansas State. And then we go on the road to a really good Army team, and then we'll have a bye in the middle of the year to really be able to get healthy and really sort of calculate what we're doing. But it all begins this Saturday versus Arkansas State. High-powered offense. Obviously, our defense has been tremendous, which is what we were known for last year. If you really look at it, it's ball control offense. I think our offense is really gelling now that you're able to really protect. The offensive line has done a great job. Gunnar Watson, 0 sacks against Georgia State. Only had 3 times that he was actually hit. That's phenomenal in college football today, to be able to throw the ball almost 40 times, to have 0 sacks. You see what Kamarni Vidal has been able to do as well. And so he continues to get better and better and better. He's one of the elite runners in the Sun Belt Conference. But our defense is dominating, and we're looking to have another performance, hopefully, this Saturday.
Awesome. I love that you mentioned last year, right in the same position at 3-2 after a heartbreaking loss to pick up the second loss. A big part of that win streak last year were these home games that were so pivotal and packing out the vet. You guys have done a tremendous job preseason wise, selling season tickets. You've broken a number of records, and this year already seeing, I think, is it almost every single home game's been in the top 10 for attendance?
Yes. So our first three games, each one of this, and thanks for mentioning that. Our student crowd has been phenomenal each and every game, and I'm so appreciative of that. And then, you think about it, over 25,000 per each game. We only hold 30,000. Our first game had 28,000 for DeMarcus Ware. And then you go back to the game versus JMU. I mean, it was torrential downpour. I'm talking about almost 2 inches of rain in 90 minutes. I mean, it was flooding. And for us to have 26,000, and then an 11 a.m. nationally televised game versus WKU, to be able to have 25,000, that's simply incredible. And so we're asking our fans to step up time and time again, and we know they will this Saturday.
Oh, that WKU game was a joy. Our meteorologist here is a WKU alum, and so one of his buddies who works in Huntsville came down, and I was repping my Troy gear. We sat in the upper bowl right above the student section and just watching them the entire game. They just, bringing that level of energy. And then you come into homecoming, you expect kind of this to be one of your more popular games when you're looking at your home schedule. Just what are some of the promotional tickets that people haven't bought tickets yet, where they can still do that, and just what should they look forward to on Saturday?
Well, first off, you're absolutely right. Homecoming is one of the biggest days of the year. It's so fun. We're going to have before the game, we'll have a homecoming parade beginning at 10 a.m. downtown. We'll be able to have, 15, 16 different high school bands, 30 different floats that are taking place. So it should be really nice. We have a pregame concert as well by Populous, which is our student group here. 21 and up are able to take advantage in Tailgate Terrace of our Horn Beverage beer garden. We also have Food Truck Alley. We have 12 different food trucks that are taking place with this. We also have the Kid Zone. This is free. All these items that I just mentioned are free and available on Tailgate Terrace as part of this. So it's really exciting. People can purchase tickets, TroyTrojans.com/tickets. Trojan Walk begins at 12:45. Game is at 3 p.m. We're going to get everything hopping probably about 11 o'clock with the pregame concert, with the beer garden, with the fan zone, with the chill zone, as well as with the food trucks. It's Special Olympics Day. And then also we have a pregame youth cheer clinic, which is really special for us to be able to do. And then the last thing that we're going to be able to do for this game is we're going to be honoring and celebrating our healthcare appreciation. So many people are out there still fighting, doctors, nurses, and staff. And so we just want to be able to lift them up and say thank you. So, but it's a big game, not to be lost to 3-2 teams from Sunbelt Conference West Division. It really amplifies what you're trying to do here. And Coach Summerall has done a phenomenal job getting our players ready to go.
Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to this game. So I mentioned how Arkansas State had 6 passing touchdowns last week. Certainly when you play Troy, you can't expect the same level of success on offense. And John Summerall, when he was talking with the media this week, kind of said he's not looking at the 2 games that they played earlier in the year. Obviously, they had the Oklahoma game, which was definitely one to forget for them. I think it was 73-0 or something like that. So this should be a great game, a battle of 2 strengths. And I'll say, when I went to that WKU game as a fan, usually I'm there on the sidelines. It was so easy to get into the stadium. So I don't know how much you play into that, but it was so efficient in terms of waiting in line to just get your ticket checked, going through security. We were in our seats in 5 minutes.
Well, and that's what we try to tell everybody, right? So from the fan experience, we really want to build off that. You're not a Troy grad, and we say this all the time. Look, we don't take diplomas up at the gates, right? And so come on in, have a great experience. It's easy to park. It's easy to be able to get into. Our prices are great. You can tailgate. You can tailgate with a group, or you can come as your own inside Tailgate Terrace and really be able to do that. So we have so many different items that are taking place. And for this game, if we can get a certain amount of people in the stands, which we think we will actually be honoring and celebrating our 3 millionth fan inside Veterans Memorial Stadium, in our Division I era. And so who's that going to be? We have no idea. We have scanners, so it should be fun to see.
That is amazing. That's really something that one lucky person, they don't know it yet, but they're going to walk into the vet on Saturday and they're going to be like, 3 millionth fan. Is there anything special, or are you just going to kind of give them a shout out? What does that look like for the fan who is that 3
So T-Roy's going to pick it out. It's going to be confetti falling from the sky. We're going to have a special presentation during the game. They're going to get a ball signed by Coach Summerall, and they'll be immortalized as always, the 3 millionth fan inside Veterans Memorial Stadium.
That is awesome. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Is the next home game after this Saturday, is it that battle for the belt against South Alabama?
And we just announced it's Carlton Marshall Day as
I
well.
saw
The
that.
All-Americans coming back for this. We're going to have a autograph session prior to the game, commemorative posters for him as well. We're going to have an All-American double burger. He was number 2, so it's going to be 2 patties, 2 bacon strips, as well as 2 slices of cheese. We're going to be able to really honor and celebrate him on national TV, as he's from Mobile as well, as we play the Jags of South Alabama.
That's going to be one of those nights where I think basically everybody in Lower Alabama is going to be focusing. Forget the NFL game that's going on that Thursday night. It's the battle for the belt. You have 2 of the bigger schools, probably the 2 biggest schools in Southern Alabama, facing off against each other. And then obviously it's a rivalry game, so you don't really need to sell that at all.
Absolutely. They're going to bring their band. They're going to bring their fans. They're going to bring their cheerleaders. And so we're looking for a great crowd as well.